The wine from France is pure. The wine from Spain tastes smooth. Women love drinking it. Hi, my name is this and I'm in the wine business. We have a winery and a storefront. My parents had me when they were old, so they gave everything to me. When I was young, I used to get in trouble a lot. I had a lot of bad friends. And one time, they got me in trouble, and these people didn't stand up for me. They wanted me to take the fall. So from that point on, I realized, okay, I got to be careful with people, and I decided to leave them behind. A woman once told me she liked me. I didn't like her, but I didn't know how to say no to her. So I just didn't know what to do, and I told her, hey, find me on WeChat. And on WeChat, I told her I couldn't accept you. Sorry, you're not the type I liked. I'm not very good at love. I don't know how to talk to women. I don't know how to do anything. I'm kind of lazy, and I'm not very proactive. I'm a little on lack of confidence, really, because I'm a little skinny, I think. And some women think that I look like a girl, but I think I look manly despite that. So I'm here with Zekia. We got a guy here. He's from a rich family, obviously. His family owns a very, very big winery, and they have fields and everything. And he's also, he's an interesting guy. If you look at some of the stuff he said, he seemed to have bad friends when he was young, but then he realized, hey, I got to have better friends. He just seems very sheltered. And then he also says he doesn't really know how to say no, and he doesn't know how to say no to women, doesn't know how to say no. And he also talks about how, he sometimes feels a little bit like he doesn't have confidence, and he's a little lazy, and he also feels like he's too skinny. So it's an interesting vibe. He's like a rich kid, but he's not like the rich kid that's really douchey. He's the rich kid that's kind of...
I feel like I haven't got enough information for me to say anything yet. It normally takes me quite a long time to think that I know this person, and like this one video totally just like a slideshow for me. That doesn't mean a lot. I'm actually curious like what type of information the girls can get like from the show, because they seem to be able to pick the information that they want. Like that's also like one reason that I'm not like so interested in this type of show anyway, because like the way it works is always curious to me.
So we'll keep watching and find out if we can glean more information from this guy. My impression of him, he seems very genuine, but also very unconfident. So the genuineness might make women like him, and the unconfidence might make women not like him. And of course, Zekia is very open-minded. She's like, I'm gonna wait, I'm not gonna judge him based on this one video. Hi, some people say people who like wine, they know how to be romantic, and in life, they know how to live and have class. Are you that kind of person? Oh no, I'm not. I'm just kind of lazy, just my own person. What? Oh, I'm just a little lazy. So the woman's trying to see if he's quick on his feet. It's very easy for him to flirt back, to be like, yeah, I know everything about wine. I'm a connoisseur. I know what turns women on. But instead, he's so honest. He's like, no, I'm really lazy. I don't know anything about wine. Even though he works at a winery and they own wine orchards. So he seems very genuine. He doesn't seem like the type who knows even how to BS anything.
That feels like is kind of my reaction to this type of question as well, because like the question threw you like a stereotype that like people who like wine must be romantic and like, yeah, I don't like those type of questions as well. So I mean, I don't like wine.
You don't like wine?
I like very sweet wines, but basically every sweet alcohol. But like I don't have anything particular with wine or the fantasy about like wine being a sign of romance.
So you liked his honest opinion. You liked how he's just very genuine. He's like, yeah, I don't like wine.
Yeah, I guess I also like kind of bored by the question.
Oh, I see. So you're just like, whatever. Ask a better question, man. Come on, girl.
Yeah, like I don't know that question, but maybe it's the thing you were talking about just then, that she tried to have a conversation, but like he didn't pick it. Maybe I didn't pick it either.
Potentially, our guy's not just shy. He's very introverted too. That could make sense. You're very introverted.
Hey, you said in the VCR that you think you're very skinny. So do you like women who are slightly chubby? Like a lot of meat?
I'm so skinny, and if I hold a woman and she's too skinny, then it's like two bones rubbing against each other. You like skinny guys, right?
No, I actually I was gonna mention that weirdly I feel really relate to this guy from the way, not that I like him, it's because I feel I will answer the questions the same way. Maybe I should be the guy.
Yeah, so he's your spirit animal in a way.
I guess I'm not considered to be fat or anything, but I do chubby figure and chubby face and chubby things to hold on to.
Interesting.
Right.
So did you get a kick out of the fact that he said, yeah, I don't like really skinny because, you hold each other and it's like two bones rubbing against each other.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't know how to describe the specific reason, but anything that's round and that's huggable and
meaty.
That's meaty is very cute to me. Yeah, or dog is super fat.
Oh, you like the fat type of dog.
Yeah, we probably subconsciously feed him that way to satisfy my secrets.
His reaction to the meaty thing, it was a good reaction. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, I can tell it's it might be an honest answer because I can feel that way.
I see. So from your perspective, how you would react is the same. So you think he's absolutely being truthful that, okay, he does like meat, a little bit of meat on women.
Mr. Handsome, hey, I had a question. Are you Zhai? Do you like to Zhai at home?
Yeah, I'm extremely Zhai. I basically always Zhai. I'm always at home.
I'm very Zhai too. Oh my god. Oh, I can stay at home for half a month. I think we're compatible.
So in Chinese culture, Zhai Nan is basically like a basement dweller type of guy, right? A guy who doesn't go out much. He's almost a little nerdy. That's a good way to describe what Zhai means.
It also applies to different gender. It doesn't have to be. I'm pretty Zhai.
You're pretty Zhai because you stay at home a lot. You're on the computer playing video games and stuff like that. Makes sense. So she's asking him if he's Zhai, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so Zhai." He doesn't even try to deny it because some people can interpret Zhai as kind of an insult. It's kind of it's something demeaning, something you don't want to admit to. But he's like, "Oh no, I'm Zhai." And she wants to relate to him. She's like, "Oh, I'm Zhai too."
Yeah, I'm Zhai too.
You're Zhai too, exactly.
Right.
That girl's really cute, by the way. The girl that likes him. It looks like he's doing well. He seems like he really is nervous. He doesn't really know what he's doing, but he's being honest. And honesty sometimes is the best weapon. If you everything that comes out honestly, it also makes you look bad. That's probably not good. But for him, it doesn't make him look bad. He's just being honest.
Right. Also, for this type of show, if you're there to really looking for your partner, and you probably want to be honest, because...
Remember little Annie? Annie that used to work? I always wondered why Annie's reaction to seeing Amanda would be, all Zhai Nan in China like her. Is there a specific type of girl that Zhai Nan in China are supposed to like?
Maybe you should ask Annie?
Exactly, Annie! I've been trying to bring you on the show, man. Calling you out right now. Come, explain to me why Zhai Nan like the type of nyatness face. I think I relate to the nerdy part of it. If Zhai Nan is a nerdy, absolutely. But I'm not the type of person that likes to be at home that much. That's why even my office is in a space that's not my home.
That's true.
So, but I am pretty nerdy. I'll admit that. But I definitely am not the stay-at-home type of nerd. So maybe I'm half a Zhai Nan. Or is there another word for this type of Zhai Nan?
I don't know if there's any word for you, Jerry. Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely not a word for me in Chinese. In Chinese,
put Jerry into a category.
In a category.
Yeah, there's no such category.
Oh, that means so much to me. That means so much to me. Zhai Nan Nv Sheng. So when you're talking about the type of girl that Zhai Nan like, they actually are supposed to be sexy. The girls aren't supposed to be super nerdy.
I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like there are maybe cute type and also sexy type. So lots of the Japanese anime girl, they're a mixture of sexiness and cuteness. So I guess you have the face of an innocent angel and a body.
And then the body's very sexy.
Right. Right. I think that's I don't know if it's a type of perfection.
Zooey Deschanel is like a perfect Zhai Nan Nv.
Zoe
in 500 Days of Summer, because she's got the
like
cutie face, but she kind of has a sexy body too. She would be the perfect American representation of a Zhai Nan Nv.
Actually, I like her look a lot. I don't know about her personal.
you said Penny from The Big Bang is also a very Zhai Nan Nv. So all these like Zhai Nan type of nerdy type of guys would like her.
Like the Zhai Nan Nv Sheng, like the goddess for Zhai Nan. Like I only heard like a little bit of that, but like I personally like her as well. I feel like I can be a Zhai Nan to like whichever girl I like might be the Zhai Nan Nv Sheng. But like I like her a lot. I think she's like cute and sexy.
So for those of you that are Chinese that watch this, what is your definition of a Zhai Nan? What is your definition of a Zhai Nan Nv Sheng? So the type of girl that a Zhai Nan likes, and then let me know or let us know who's right. Like what type of girl is the type of girl that Zhai Nan are supposed to like according to the stereotype? Because if we go by Annie's word, then she's supposed to be like super nyatness and cute. But if we go by what Zekia is saying, it's not really nyatness and cute. It's more like nyatness and sexy.
But like you put a really interesting phrase at the end of your question, like according to the stereotype. So you probably want to define the stereotype or really dig into the stereotype, like to really know. But like I guess the reality is always like there's so many diversity in the stereotype.
There's so much diversity.
My type of Zhai Nan likes Penny or Zoe, and maybe Annie's type of Zhai Nan likes
some nyatness girl or something like that.
Right,
Right. Interesting. So maybe there's gonna be a clash of the Zhai Nan, and whoever comes out on top is gonna determine who's the real Zhai Nan.
So why did you pick her? Oh, when I was back there, I just looked at the screen, and she was beautiful. Really beautiful. Why don't you ask contestant 7? Hey, 7. Yeah? Man. I even put on my shoes for you, and you're not letting me be the finalist. What about ask her? You know, I've seen her on the show before. I just don't like how she dresses. You know, I don't like her. Look, she even dressed up for you. Yeah. But I just don't like it, man. I just don't.
But he picked a really big-eyed girl, man. It's disturbing how big the eyes are.
Yeah, like it's kind of I'm pretty like confused. Like this type of show, like how can they make this type of decision in such a short time?
Yeah, it has to be based on looks.
Yeah.
And
I guess so.
I guess that's all. That's all because you only asked a few questions.
Right.
Man.
And like you were asking those questions like in the public with all the camera and with all the audiences. Yeah.
And then he also explained why he didn't pick the other girl. He was so honest. He's like, I just don't like her. I just don't like when she dresses up.
Maybe the purpose of the show is not really for the participant to find true love. It's more to make a show to demonstrate like different ways of thinking or approaching this type of issue, or with the coach or the instructor, whatever they call like the two persons sitting on the side. Like maybe their advice can be some advice that you can take.
Like you said, maybe really what it is just a case study.
Yeah,
it's just
it's
case
like
studies in different people.
Right.
That's really what it is.
Right, like a human relationship clash.
Yeah, it's literally a human relationship clash and a human relationship class also for people watching. So it's really directed at people watching. It's not really to help the women on the show. It's not really to help the contestants trying to find love.
Yeah, so in that case, it may make sense if they occasionally have like actors or actress to make it more dramatic or...
This guy seems pretty honest. There's a concept called radical honesty where you're like 100% honest. You don't hold back. And he seems to fall within that. And I like how 7 was so angry that she wasn't picked. She just got so mad. She's like, eh.
I forgot why she liked her.
She liked him because she felt like they both had the Zhai. Remember we're talking about Zhai?
Okay.
So yeah, they both had the Zhai in common.
Okay.
So
that's like a very important
It is very important because you two can both feel comfortable staying at home and having your own bubble.
Right.
So would you ever be comfortable dating a guy who would be always trying to drag you out? Hey, let's go to this guy's house. Let's go to this party. Let's go here. Let's do that.
Maybe not. But like if he go to all the parties. I can be at home by myself.
Okay. So you're okay with giving him space, but you definitely won't be like, okay, I'm gonna change my Zhai-ness just for Zhai-ness, like shyness, but Zhai-ness. We're gonna come up with a new word right now, Zhai-ness. Bam, you're not gonna change your Zhai-ness just for him.
I think there's a Japanese word for it. I forgot.
Okay, we'll figure out the Japanese word for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let us keep watching.
I was in 3 relationships before, and all of them were older than me. The first one, she was older than me by 5 years. She loved to go and drink and do her thing, and then she'd come home and just fall asleep, and her mom would text her, and I'd look into the phone, and it was another guy, and I realized she wasn't over her ex yet, and I was hurt, and we broke up. I've dated older women, not because I feel like I need to be taken care of. In fact, I take care of myself pretty well. It's just that I like older women because they got a certain vibe. You know, they have a certain womanliness. One time this woman walked by me and then she flipped her hair a certain way and I just fell in love. She was older than me by 6 years and I found every way to make her mine. You know, dating older women, there's weaknesses and strengths. Sometimes with her, you feel like she's treating you like a kid. For example, she's always trying to control you. She hears your cell phone and she just takes it away and wants to take away all your female friends. And at the time, I gave all my wallet, everything to her. And then I wanted to take out some money from her and she wouldn't let me. She told me she was afraid I'd use the money to take another girl out. And didn't give me my money. You know, I'm very soft-hearted. If a woman cries, it's over for me. I can't get rid of her. And if I think you're good and I like you and you like me, then let's be together.
So he likes older women.
Uh-huh.
And he likes women that flip their hair.
Yeah.
Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed. And when you smile at the ground, it ain't hard to tell. You don't know, you don't know you're beautiful.
It's actually the first time I really listened to the lyrics.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know there's like a flip
Your hair. Yeah.
He didn't like in that song.
Probably it's also because he grew up with parents who were much older. He said in the beginning that his parents had him when they were much older. So they probably really spoiled him. And he probably never felt like he had a parent. It's almost like he's raised by grandparents.
Yeah, I'm raised by grandparents.
You were raised by grandparents?
Yeah.
So when you were looking for relationships, did you look for people much older?
No, really. I guess it's like something maybe I had when I was like a teenager, but like now, no.
Not now?
Yeah, I do tend to. I like old people a lot, but way older, like
Way
my
older.
grandparents type of.
I see. So not like 6 years older like he
But
did.
like now, may not be like for dating. I just like them.
I see.
think I want to hang out with them. Yeah.
Makes sense. So he also is okay with being controlled. When he's saying that he handed his credit card and everything over to his girlfriend, it just made me cringe.
Yeah, he's pretty young, right?
Yeah, he's pretty young, like 24.
24. Yeah, I don't know why he comes with this. Yeah, 24 years old. So.
And all these relationships were from the past. So probably one of them at least was when he was in college. He's dating women who were 6 years older and giving them the finances and everything.
Do you know if this show, like the relationship that they start, it's what's the promise of that relationship? Is it like the show try to package it as like the relationship you guys is gonna last forever, or is it gonna lead to marriage, that type of relationship, or it just like?
I think in the audience's mind, it's going to lead to marriage because traditional Chinese audience. But I know the incentive for the contestants is that they get to go on a vacation paid for by the show.
Okay.
So that's the incentive.
Okay, cool. And he's only 24. If this is like a relationship built to marriage. Okay.
Yeah, so he has to be careful.
Right.
You don't want to keep finding people who want to control you.
Or maybe he doesn't quite know what to do with his life.
That's true. That's probably what it is. I mean, he seems to have had his family's orchard and then the wine business given to him. Like when his parents die, he's probably going to take it over. He's never really had to make a decision for himself in any case. So I guess romantically, he's the same. Would you ever live like that? Like he's living in comfort and he has money, but he doesn't really have autonomy. or agency? Would you sacrifice your agency for comfort?
Agency for comfort?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like maybe it doesn't even come to his realization.
Oh, he's so oblivious.
Or maybe I don't know. Like maybe like the need of like being independent is not that strong. Cause I can tell like people who grown up with their like say grandparents or like parents who are old may have the issue because like you can't really talk to them about like growth. I grown up like not making a lot of friends with my peers, so I sometimes feel like detached from like my own society or my peers as well. So there might be something.
Yeah, there might be something that could explain why he always goes for older women. He just feels so detached from his peers because he's just always been with people who are older, much older.
I do feel more liked among like elderly people because like I'm used to hanging out with them. I talk like in their language, and for my peers when they're talking about like Jay Chou or they're talking about like the stars or the topic that is like specific to that age, I don't get related to because I'm looking at like older things.
Exactly, makes sense. Oh, the Jay Chou's awesome.
But
Have you started listening to Jay Chou?
yeah, actually, I only started to listen to Jay Chou after like grad school. I didn't listen to Jay Chou when
he was popular.
Yeah, when he's popular must be when I was like I don't know middle school or even I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like those pop culture things just come back to me pretty late. I also watched this like super popular TV show at grad school.
So it was a show that was popular way before grad school.
When I was, I think when I was elementary student.
What's it called?
100 Love.
Oh, the Jade Princess or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that show.
I never really watched that like when I was young.
Oh.
I don't know what I was looking at. Yeah.
Zhao Wei's eyes are as big as that Sumi girl, man.
But like in a
natural
way,
way. Yeah, in a pretty way. Not like Sumi. You can tell it's either plastic surgery or some weird makeup. Fake up. How much fake up do you put on?
What's fake?
It's like makeup. I just call it fake up.
Well, since I'm coming here today, I guess I put on some fake up.
Well, I see
Like,
she put an effort to look
This
good.
glass is like a special fake up because I actually didn't sleep well. I slept at 4 this morning.
Ooh.
You know, you talk about how when a woman flips her hair, you get really excited. Now, do you have your way of flirting with women? Do you have any tips? Oh, I just go and get to know her. You know, I talk about things that she wants to talk about, things she likes.
So he just likes to talk about things that women like to talk about. Do you think that's a good strategy? Because I've always heard that you should be passionate about what you like. Part of it is how much you project your confidence, project the great, amazing, attractive life you're living.
Yeah, maybe.
So when you're on a date, let's say with your boyfriend or something like that, would you want him to ask you a lot about your day and yourself, or would you rather listen to him talk about himself?
Because I'm a listener, so I'd rather listen, but I guess there are people who want to talk about themselves, so his strategy may work.
But if you were on a date with this guy, and he just wants to hear about yourself, would you get a little annoyed, or would you, because if you're a listener?
Yeah, like that may make me nervous, like feel the pressure that I have to talk about myself, and like I may take the uncomfortable task of talking about myself or asking him questions, but I will feel comfortable and like may not even know if I'm enjoying this or not. But like it's only because I'm this type of person.
I see.
But,
I see.
Yeah.
So assuming if he usually goes for, or not goes for, but older women go for him, you know, these women probably want to talk about themselves. I'm just making this assumption. So when he says this, anyone that's a little older, seen his dating history and be like, oh, I find him cute. They're like, oh, and he wants to hear about my life and what I like. So like you said, I think it's a good strategy. It's a very targeted strategy for a specific type of girl.
Yeah, also I guess like you can only come up with a strategy that you're comfortable with. Say even if I want to use the strategy of like ask more and be the talker, I can't do it because I'm not comfortable with. Maybe he's also not comfortable with talking about himself.
I see. Because he's probably a little shy and also doesn't have that much confidence.
Yeah, so I won't say like it's like much of a strategy. Is maybe just like the way
He's just being real.
I think because of how he was raised, he might have a little bit of an Oedipus complex. He always looks for women who are older than him. No. It's normal because when the people I hung out, there are just a lot of people who are a little older. That's just chance. I don't have any preferences for age.
Are you convinced that it's just chance? That it's just by chance he always met older women? It's not that he actually accepts or puts out the vibe that he wants an older woman?
Maybe. Still, I know too little about this person. I don't know if it's like really by chance, but like.
You see how Zekia is? She's very non-judgmental. It's very rare, man. She's like, we've heard him talk, we've heard the women question him, but we still don't really know him. So Zekia would be the type of girl to be like, no, I need to see him on a date and get to know him. I'm not going to judge him based on his show.
Yeah, that might be true. Because, like, I really don't like judgmental.
So, does this mean, Zekia, that when you date a guy, it takes you a while, right? You have to go on, like, 10 dates with him?
Yeah.
Like,
or, like, I need to listen to 10 lessons.
10 lessons.
Or I don't even know. Maybe that's like not something I'm like really strong at to talk about. But like, yeah, just like say hanging out with colleagues, or yeah, it takes me a while to get to know them. But like, even if I get to know them, the things they do, I don't feel like I have the right to think it's right or wrong. It's like they're all under, but. I guess I also don't want that type of situation to be applied on me.
Yeah.
Like being judged, like make me feel.
She lived by the golden rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But.
I still think, just because I'm a little bit more judgmental, I think he's lying. I think he really, even if he's not explicitly going for older women, the fact that he always accepts older women, that probably means that there's something about him and older women. He's saying, no, it's not because I like older women. It's like, it just happened. It's all chance. But I'm sure there are younger women that liked him, hopefully, and he just never, did anything. That's what I think.
Yeah, that might be true too. But I was just curious about like people discuss this type of question, because like that girl bringing the question into kind of like psychological level. I'm actually judging that question.
Oh, you're judging her for being that.
No. I'm like judging if like this is the situation that I'm comfortable to share, to really tell like the information, like, or to even think about this seriously. Maybe it's true that like I fall for old girls or like women, but like that is like such like a specific situation that like, well, maybe my first reaction is to deny.
So we don't know. Maybe it's not that he's purposely lying. It's just maybe he's never thought about it, or he doesn't even understand how to explain it. So his first reaction just, no.
Yeah, and I also don't think there's nothing wrong about like older people and have those type of issue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially since Asian no raisin. So if he's going for Asian women, maybe he has a few more years on their biological clock, right? Asian no raisin.
I never heard of that before.
Asian no raisin. I mean, most people can't guess your age. Try to guess her age.
People in your line of work, they're probably very logical, right? Methodical. So if you're living with someone and let's say there's some sort of conflict, you're going to be very logical and methodical to solve the problem. Am I right? No, it depends on who's right and wrong. My brain will know who's wrong. If she does something wrong, then I'll just pretend I'm mad. And if I'm the one that's doing something wrong, I'll just go and 撒娇. What? Men can 撒娇?
How do you translate 撒娇?
Oh, I actually watched this video before that people trying to translate 撒娇. It seems like there's no English word.
So it's like an Eastern concept.
Yeah.
You know what? I always do. That's my impression of 撒娇. 老公, right? That's kind of what 撒娇 is.
I don't know if your kind of 撒娇may work.
Right?
Maybe.
But you don't seem like the 撒娇 type of girl, right?
Maybe I do it to myself.
A little bit. I remember one time, someone took your food? You're like, 别人把我的东西拿了. That's kind of like 撒娇 a little bit.
I feel like 撒娇 you need to have like a subject. Otherwise, it's just like you feeling this.
Yeah, you were probably angry, so that really wasn't 撒娇.
Yeah, like you 撒娇. Maybe kids do that. Like,
kids do
often,
like,
to,
抱也抱嘛.
like, I want that toy. Or,
Yeah. 我要给我讲个故事嘛. Something like that, maybe.
Right.
You know, 带我去玩嘛.
Actually, I don't know if ever. There's a film that's kind of a phenomenon called 撒娇女人最好命.
Oh, I should review it. It's good.
Yeah, you should review that. But like that's like probably my only knowledge about this. That film kind of discussed the issue about like how women do it, and like in that film, I'm only talking about in that film. There's apparently this Taiwan girl who's very good.
Taiwanese girls are super good at it. Yes.
And like there's this type of like a stereotype they're trying to build in that film that like Taiwan girls' accents come with those 撒娇 elements.
Oh, the Minnan accent comes with the 撒娇-ness. They like complement each other.
闽南 accent is more like 不要这样子啦，然后怎么这样，就是这样，就是这样。
I see.
Right, those type of thing.
I gotta watch this movie. The point of our discussion about 撒娇 is that normally it's limited to kids and women.
I think like right now, like since like you know, lots of like K-pop stars, like those idols, like they occasionally do that with the you know those like AR camera type of thing where you can get like a flash on your face.
Oh, you get like the faces,
like,
the emojis,
yeah,
the
I
bunny
think I
ears.
got those type of a guy picture with a flash on their face doing this all the time.
I see. So that would be as close to 撒娇 for guys. It's like.
Yeah, like just like being cute and like I think there's like a couple of like cute songs for them to sing and like song them.
So are we saying that K-pop is turning men more emasculated in Asia?
I'm not sure. Maybe you should ask Annie about that.
I should ask Annie.
She's
She would
like
know.
a very K girl.
She loves K-pop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like I don't know if it's like K-pop, but like the idols. Yeah.
Wow. So okay. I guess it kind of fits into the modern paradigm, his ability to 撒娇. Is it 撒娇 or 撒? 撒娇.
S-A.
S-A, not S-H-A.
Right.
I don't distinguish those pronunciations sometimes. That's how a lot of Chinese people know that I'm whack.
No.
Because my accent, sometimes I don't
okay.
distinguish the 呲ch and the 呲sh and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think she's more American too.
I don't think you're that shy. I don't think you're that innocent. You know, I think you just have a lot of money and you think you're so cool. And you have nothing else to offer people but money. No, not at all. You don't like me, man. If you like me, I feel like it's going to be an insult to me. What? I'm sorry. I don't think I'm that cool, man. I'm like, no. That woman, man. That was a shit test right there. She's testing how he reacts. She's testing his confidence by basically insulting him like crazy. Oh, you're nothing, man. All you have is money. Oh, don't even like me. It's going to be an insult to me. That's such a shit test. You can tell because as she's saying it, she's being a little flirtatious. Just avoid these types of women. You ask some men, they're like, this is how you handle them. No, you don't handle them. You avoid this type of woman because if you handle this test, imagine if you're in a relationship, you're in a marriage, this is testing you all the time. That's the type of fucking mouth that'll test you all the time. You got different ways of dealing with this, right? One way you can interpret it flirtatiously, or you can frame it flirtatiously, so you don't interpret it flirtatiously, but you can turn her insult into a compliment. Like, oh yeah, you know, women have said this about me, exactly what you said, and they end up falling in love with me. So you turn it around, or you're like, you know, if you want to flirt with me, you got to find a better way to flirt. That's the wrong way to flirt. Usually you make guys run away. I mean, you can always just let it glance past you, right? So you don't even react. He's being more apologetic. Some people would say he's being more nice or whatever. Normally this type of behavior wouldn't work. But if you decide you don't want to date her, then don't let her ruin your fucking day. I mean, if you really are that much of a zen, all that insult doesn't actually affect you, just be like, but if she's making you angry, don't fucking hold back. Don't be disingenuous just because you're supposed to be more manly. It's like if she insulted me like that, I'd be like,
Well, you ain't shit either. You're just jealous that I picked the big-eyed girl and the other girl. Man-woman dynamics, what's attractive to say, what's not attractive to say, oh my god. You know, it's like, it's a science, it's an art. I just don't give a fuck. Are you still of the opinion that it's too early for you to judge whether he's being...
Yeah, of course. Like, even after the show, it's still too early because I really don't know him. But I can get where the girl is coming from. Like, because there are some comments like later about her comment being pretty harsh. I guess I can tell where that's coming from because, like, in this type of situation, you want to be able to access to the key information really quick.
Yeah.
And everyone wants to be like a therapist or a psychologist.
Yeah.
Like, they want to see, what's like behind this true human.
Behind the mask.
Yeah, so it's like that may make her come to that conclusion that may be true, and there are definitely those type of people in the world, and he might be one of them. Yeah, I can see where she's coming from.
Well, very
Maybe.
empathetic.
And I'm almost like convinced.
You're almost convinced?
Yeah.
I see.
You're right.
You're the type of girl a guy has to wait for 3 years before you like him, right?
If it's someone that I need to work with, or it's like my classmates, I may want to spend more time
thinking, analyzing.
I also have, like, even though I want to know more, I don't have all the other information. I can give you a very judgmental, like, comment in the end, just like to see, like, what type of person he really is. But I guess I didn't put my heart into thinking that way at the very beginning. But I can do that. I can judge him.
You know, I'm a year older than you. I like a lot about you. But, you know, I'll be honest. I just don't like men that are younger than I am. Oh, but hold on a second. You know, in his field, people like him, their mental age is like 3 years older. You get what I mean? Yeah, I get what you mean. So that's not a valid excuse. And, you know, but, okay, I'll tell you the truth. If you pick me instead of her, I'll tell you, I'm actually very immature. So, you know, the thing about that.
I think it's kind of funny that she at first was trying to make it an issue that he was younger, but then she admitted, no, it's because I'm projecting. I feel like I'm mentally very immature. So sometimes, you know, people complain about you. A lot of times when you point a finger, you're actually pointing 3 fingers at yourself. See how deep I got? Point a finger at someone else, you're pointing at yourself. Bam.
Yeah, that sounds like a real reaction to me because there's no logic. Like, yeah.
So if there is logic, it feels like that's a real reaction because humans usually don't react logically.
Like, she seems like she really liked that guy, and like that might be the reason that she got like all anxious and like talking and nervous and like lost her logic. Because I didn't get like. Yeah, I got the same impression as well. He was saying something negative at first, but then it's like back and forth.
The fact that she lost her logic shows really that she likes him. That's very interesting. Never thought about that. So if a girl does random things around you that can't be explained, that probably means she likes you.
Yeah. Maybe.
So does that mean if a girl just suddenly stops talking to you for no reason, maybe she really likes you? Ooh. So what do you do then if a girl, everything's going well, she suddenly stops talking to you? Do you reach out to her? Do you wait? Do you go to her door and like snatch her? What do you do?
You're not asking your audience. Asking.
I'm asking anyone. I'm asking the audience. I'm asking you if you have anything.
You mean if a girl starts to talk randomly?
Or if she just suddenly stops talking. You know, everything was going well, and then she just starts ignoring you, or feeling uncomfortable around you. That's not logical, right? Everything's going well. It's a progression, but then, you know, taking this paradigm you have, she suddenly just starts acting illogically. What happens then?
Yeah. I guess it depends if I like her or not. If I like her, I guess I will think a lot. I will think, why she's doing this, and like, what did I do wrong, or it's all my fault. And yeah, but like if I don't care, I guess I just keep quiet. You can only figure out the reason when you have a conclusion, because the reason of why she stopped talking to you will be different. Depends on if he like you or if she doesn't like you.
Oh shit, so that's deep.
If she doesn't like you, she stopped talking to you. The reason maybe she just don't want to talk to you. And like if she like you and she stopped to talk to you, the reason might be different things. So yeah.
So in the end, do your own thing. Don't spend too much time thinking or talking about it because it's not worth it. You see, you're screwed either way.
She likes more introverted guys. She doesn't like guys who are really loud. She likes guys who maybe are more intellectual. Sometimes she works so hard that she might forget her boyfriend exists, and she might forget to reply to phone calls and texts and everything. Sometimes she feels like she devotes too much to her job.
I don't know how they can look so mature.
How these women can look so mature?
Yeah.
You think they look mature? I think they look immature.
Oh, okay. I guess it's like their manner.
Their gait, yeah, the way they walk, the way they talk. They stand with a lot of fake poise.
Right. They also seem to have it all figured out. Yeah, they have all the experiences that they can referencing.
That's true.
That makes them seems pretty mature.
With these girls, both of them seem very compatible with them. One girl says she likes guys who are a little quieter, a little artsy, which I think he has that side.
The two final.
Yeah, the two final girls.
Okay.
And then the other girl, the girl that was a year older than him, that we think is very pretty and not completely plastic like the other girl, she seems pretty compatible because she's very responsible. She works very hard. Maybe responsible is not the right word because she says she forgets about her guy sometimes, but she's very working hard. So, you know, if anything ever happens to the business and she needs to be the breadwinner, I guess she can be the breadwinner. So they're both compatible in different ways.
We didn't hear the big eye girl talk very much.
Yeah, we didn't.
Right. So
They either the editors cut it out or he didn't really ask her that many questions. So let's see what he asked them. This is one final question he can ask them.
So sometimes, let's say you want me to do something, and I don't want to do it, and it just doesn't seem right for me. What would you do? Well, it depends on how big or small it is, of course. You know, some things I won't force you, but some things you need a little kick. You know, I wouldn't force people to do anything. I wouldn't force people to do anything. You know, if it's things you don't want to do, I'm not gonna force you. No one wants to be forced to do anything.
So big eye girl, it's like, I will just let you do whatever you want. I will never force you to do anything. Whereas the other girl, the girl we like better, who's I think more pretty in a natural way, she's like, well, it depends how big or small. If it's a small thing, I'll let it go, but it's life or death, or maybe it's something affecting your business or it's something affecting our marriage, then yeah, sometimes we have to make the uncomfortable decisions. So it's very interesting. I think big-eyed girl's a little more naive or hopelessly romantic, whereas the slightly older girl is maybe more realistic. That's my interpretation.
Yeah, it's like also a very general question, and there's no specific like circumstances being described.
Oh.
So it's smart for the for number 7 to say, well, it depends. 'Cause, like, yeah, but
it shows that she's not thinking in absolutes. She's thinking more pragmatically. She's thinking more practically, whereas the other girl's thinking more idealistically, or maybe even normatively. Very interesting.
yeah, maybe she's taking that question more serious.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Who do you think he's going to pick?
Number 7.
You think he's picking number 7? I think he's going to pick number 7 too, just because I don't see any connection between him and the other big-eyed girl.
Yeah, they also didn't communicate.
Yeah, they didn't
at all.
communicate that much.
Right.
So what are you going to base it on, her crazy big eyes? I mean, I probably would because I'm a fucking idiot. But I don't like that kind of big eyes, though. I like big Nyatness eyes, and those are big like cat eyes. It's different. There's a recent version of Shunxinxi, and the girl in there, the main girl in there, is pretty cute. Like in an unconventional way, like in a very unconventional Nyatness way. I need to create a shirt that says "I love Nyatni" or something like that. Let's see how many of my audience has the balls to wear it.
You know, I'm just kind of lazy, and sometimes I wish my other half would just help me along a little bit. Push me and pull me a little. So, who's he gonna pick? He goes. All right, he looks at me. Ooh, he's running over. Oh, he picks the girl. I think they're a pretty good couple. Oh, he picked the older one. Cute, but older. You know, I've seen her on the show, and I've definitely noticed her and liked her. And we both have dogs. I wanted to talk to her, but I just never had the opportunity. And I didn't pick her at first because I was afraid that, you know, she wouldn't like me. Wow, he is smart.
I like how he ran to her. He's like,
Huh, that's cute.
yeah. He's like, I want to
Yeah, the ending is actually pretty sweet. I guess, like, it's pretty rewarding for people to watch.
Exactly.
When people finally make it.
Yeah.
I always feel happy for them.
Yep. Agreed. Just feel happy for them. He did admit that he liked her, but he didn't pick her at first because he was afraid she'd reject him. So I think he's a little more smart than he comes off.
Yeah, now I'm being judgmental here. Do you think he's telling the truth?
I don't think he's telling the truth. I think it's all an act. I've put on that act before. When I first went to college freshman year, I was like trying to be like super like scared and shy. I'm not shy, but I put it on and some girl's like, "Oh, you're so cute." And then the moment they said that, I felt bad. I'm like, I feel so fake right now. And then I stopped being like that.
Oh, no, fake shyness. I hate that.
You don't like fake shyness because you're really shy, right? So you don't like people who fake your real trait.
Yeah, because I also like do sometimes may get attracted to like the shyness, and like I guess it's awkward if I find out it's like fake shyness.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Right.
Wow, you like shy guys.
But like that's why we never met because we're both shy.
I see. So the problem with liking shy guys is that you'll very likely not meet each other unless in the online arena, right? That's why you game. So have you ever used an online medium or anything to meet a shy guy?
No.
No?
I never used like online app. That's not the.
Oh.
Let me. No. Yeah. Never. Because I'm like, the shyness may apply on the mobile app using as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's true. They might not be able to express themselves in a message either.
Yeah, you don't see me post a lot on Facebook or.
Definitely not. Would you ever go on this show?
No.
If there were a girl version, when you were the one, and then there were, let's say, 12 or 24 guys that could choose you, would you put yourself up to the task?
No. Unless. No. I guess not.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I can wear a mask and never reveal my true identity.
Oh, I see. Well, some people do that on the other show, the Bailey Tell You the Shanghai show. There's women who like wear a mask.
But they need to eventually reveal
Take it off. That's true.
Nah.
No, you wouldn't do it. I might go on Bailey Tell You. There's this girl I'm in love with on that show, but I don't know if she's on there anymore. Because when I saw the footage, it was like 2014 or something. It's been many years, or 2016.
Yeah, I guess there's lots of this type of show during that period.
Yeah. And what happened? Why aren't they as popular anymore? I know why. Because of WeChat, right? People are dating on WeChat now. I'm just kidding.
That I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess maybe they all find each other.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Right.
So, last question is, do you think these two will last? Do you think they have a potential to get married?
There's no reason to think otherwise. I think they can last. I mean, they seem like a good fit.
Yeah, they have different levels of compatibility that seem to work.
Yeah.
I just hope that one day, he seems to be happy to surrender a lot of control of a relationship over. If he wakes up one day and realizes, no, I should be a man, the classic man type of archetype, if he realizes one day, then I think this relationship is going to have trouble. But if he is happy just always being the one kind of playing second fiddle, then I think this can work. So, you were always shy. Have you ever been attracted, let's say in college or grad school, to a guy who was shy or anything like that?
Yeah.
And how did you meet him?
How do I meet him?
Yeah.
I guess we were like go to the same. I won't say college or I won't say any location. It's just like.
You went to the same institution.
This might be happen in elementary. I want to blur out all the information.
So it happened sometime in her career as a student.
Yeah, maybe like kindergarten. Yes, like in kindergarten. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Right. Yeah, it just like happened to be at the same location because like there's no way for people like me to know other people unless we're like trapped in the same place. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but like things like that is like, since, as I mentioned, like since we're both shy, I remember it's like we're supposed to meet up to talk about something, and like so there's like a scheduled, like say appointment, for kindergarten students.
Of course.
Yeah, like so it's like a scheduled time. We are already saying that we're gonna talk about something, maybe talking about diapers. Yeah, like at a time, but like we're supposed to meet at a time, let's say 5, and I arrived at the location at 5. I was on my laptop. That's too much. How can I say this without reviewing any
You're
movie?
reading a book.
Yeah, I'm reading a book, and like he arrived at a similar location, but maybe there are different areas for you to sit at. So I'm sitting at this one chair, and he's sitting at the other couch. So I know we're supposed to meet and talk, but like I'm too shy to ask. If it's like, oh, are you ready? Let's talk about diapers. And then I just like wait and keep reading and do my things. And he seems to be doing his thing, so I don't want to interrupt him. And after a while, I guess I woke up to go to the restroom, and then on the way out, I say hi, and he probably say hi back, and I probably ask like, what are you doing? And he says like he's doing something. So that confirmed that like he's occupied, so I shouldn't interrupt him. So like the two of us ended up just like sitting and waiting here doing our own things till maybe 8 or so, when we're should like leave. And then he's like, oh, okay, I'm leaving. I said, oh, okay, I'm leaving too. So like we both leave.
And so you guys never got together to do the thing you're supposed to do.
To do the meeting. And I actually, because like, I think there's this follow-up of, because we do have that appointment, we do have the thing scheduled. I guess there's a follow-up asking, so we're supposed to meet and talk about this at the time, right? And like, of course the answer is, yeah, I saw you doing your own thing, I don't want to interrupt. And of course, like, at my part, I'm the same. Like, I don't want to interrupt him. So, like, that's what happened when to shuffle. Yeah.
Huh. So, did you two ever meet up, set up a follow-up meeting, or it was just that one time and you two never met up?
Yeah, like, maybe blurring the information. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe, but like, it's almost always like the similar type of pattern, because I'm always like way too shy to when I'm being shy, or I don't know if it's like, since you fake your shyness, I don't know if it's the type of thing you will do, but when I'm being shy, like really shy, I'm probably being really polite to this person. So it's like, yeah, so I'm probably being polite can also be like detached.
I see.
So it's like, yeah, I can make you feel that I'm really respecting you, that like the two of us, we can never have a deeper conversation because like I'm too polite to you. So it's like that might be something.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But
So did you guys pass the assignment?
I don't know. Like I guess in kindergarten, it doesn't matter if you passed the assignment or not.
I love how anonymous you are. It's like I'm not gonna say what grade it was.
Yeah, it's like it's a research paper on diapers.
So what's the lesson, people? Step it up, man, because the girl you like might be really shy, right? And maybe she's waiting for you to be like, hey, yo, man, you want to get some lunch? Hey, blah, 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 blah. So this is Zekia, everyone. And thank you so much for joining.
Yay, thank you.
I've been wanting to bring her on for a long time. I just finally had the time. We're all so busy.
Yeah, he's busy.
And my audience loves you, so.
Oh.
Although it's been so long, maybe they don't remember you anymore. But
yeah,
I think...
maybe they start to hate me.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Leave a comment, press like, press subscribe, etc. Share this with your friends. And by the way, press the bell button. A lot of you say you don't get notifications when I upload. Press the bell button.